Society tells us if you want to get rich, you have to break your back, that wealth is the mathematical result of endless physical labor. But in 1938, a journalist named Napoleon Hill published a book that provided a different perspective. In Think and Grow Rich, Hill argued that wealth starts in your mind, not your muscles. Hill spent 25 years interviewing over 500 of the wealthiest people alive, including industrial titans like Andrew Carnegie and multiple US presidents, to find the patterns they used to build their empires. We are going to bypass the abstract theory. Based on Hill's decades of research, here are 5 concrete psychological steps you can use to begin converting your thoughts into material wealth today. Step 1 is establishing a definiteness of purpose. Most people want more money, but wishing is passive and yields no results. Take the case of Edwin C. Barnes. He committed to a specific outcome, becoming a business partner to Thomas Edison. Not an employee, a partner. Barnes had no money and no influence. He hopped a freight train to New Jersey and took a job sweeping floors in Edison's offices just to gain proximity to his goal. He waited months until Edison invented a new dictating machine that the existing sales team rejected. Barnes saw his opening, pitched Edison, and sold the machine so successfully across the country that they formed a lifelong business alliance. Without that precise clarity of intention, Barnes would have remained a floor sweeper. You have to know exactly what you are aiming at, or you won't recognize the opportunity when it arrives. Step 2 involves your reaction to temporary defeat. Most people quit the moment their plans encounter resistance. During the gold rush, R.U. Darby's uncle staked a claim and struck a vein of shining ore. He raised the money to buy heavy machinery, but shortly after he started drilling, the vein vanished. He hit dead dirt. Frustrated, he gave up. He sold all of his expensive machinery to a local junk man for pennies and took the train home. An engineer realized the vein simply shifted along a fault line. The uncle stopped exactly 3 feet from a massive gold deposit. The new owner extracted a fortune, proving a vital rule. Success often arrives just one step beyond where defeat feels final. Step 3 is the power of the idea. Raw materials and hard labor provide linear growth, but ideas provide exponential results. A century ago, a doctor sold a brass kettle and a secret recipe to a young clerk named Asa Candler for a few $100s. The doctor had the ingredients, but he lacked the vision. Candler applied his creative imagination to that raw formula, combining the syrup with a nationwide marketing and distribution plan. Candler used that formula to build the global infrastructure of Coca-Cola, creating a continuous stream of wealth for everyone involved in its production. Hard work alone keeps you on a treadmill, but an idea mixed with imagination allows you to build a system that works for you. Step 4 is faith. Hill defines faith as the psychological state that eliminates internal limitations and pushes a desire into physical reality. Charles M. Schwab was a relatively unknown 38-year-old employee working for Andrew Carnegie, but he had a vision for a consolidated steel monopoly that most observers dismissed as a pipe dream. Schwab used his extreme self-belief to pitch his concept directly to titans of finance like J.P. Morgan and Carnegie. He successfully orchestrated the consolidation of their assets, creating the United States Steel Corporation, an enterprise valued at $600 million. An organized plan is merely ink on paper until it is backed by the driving force of absolute faith in the outcome. The final step is the mastermind alliance. Significant fortunes are rarely built by individuals acting alone. They require the coordination of multiple minds working in harmony. At the start of his career, Henry Ford lacked capital and formal education. He was facing significant individual handicaps. To solve this, Ford strategically surrounded himself with established experts like Thomas Edison and Harvey Firestone. By aligning with this group, Ford gained access to knowledge and power that far exceeded his individual capacity. You take on the habits and intelligence of those you associate with. Choose them wisely. Define your purpose. Persist past failure. Use your imagination. Apply faith, and build a mastermind alliance. These principles were documented in 1938, long before algorithms and infinite feeds were designed to fracture our attention. Your ability to hold a single thought in your mind is tested every time you look at a screen. How will you protect your definite purpose from the noise? Share your strategy in the comments. and let us know which book you want us to summarize next. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more.